everyone. Welcome to my channel BBTechHub. From today, I'm starting the part 1 that is networking fundamentals, which carries 20 marks, 20% of marks of the CCNA global paper. And in this section, the first section is 1.1, which is actually dealing with the network components, the devices. Okay. So now I will discuss about all those devices in brief, because whenever we will go for the routing and switching, of course, we will learn it in details. So here I'll give you some glimpses of the components, what are the things required for a network. So now you can see these are the devices we will cover over here. Fine. So now first the question is that what are these devices? Actually, when we are configuring the network, what happens? We need several devices. Okay. And these devices help us to configure the network and of course for the data communication. So these are called the internetworking devices also. Why are we calling it internetworking devices? Because these devices is responsible for the connectivity between the networking. If there is no devices, no networking is possible. So that's why we call it as the internetworking devices. These are working as an agent. These are forwarding the data packets from one place to another place. The question is that why we need this type of devices. First, these devices connects multiple network. I want to extend my network. Suppose over you can see a company has lots of devices. They need to connect. So what I can do? I can take lots of switches. I can extend my network. Yes or no? I connect because you know this what the switch is doing. Switch is connecting the devices under the same network. So I can connect the switches and I can extend my network. Fine. Now, second thing, if I say what we can do with these devices, we can divide a large network into multiple small networks so that the network traffic will be less and the performance of the network will be high. So the management will be easier also. That is also possible by using these devices. By using these internetworking devices, the traffic can be managed very nicely. That I told just right now. Next thing is that it can provide the security. That data is transferring over a public network. So I think you can imagine how risky it is. Several hackers over there. So data can be hacked anytime, but network ensures data will reach safely to the destination. So who is doing this thing? This is also done by the networking devices. Fine. And another thing, that is in the world nowadays we are calling as internet. We are getting the data 24/7 by 365 days. So that means interconnectivity between the network is there. And this interconnectivity is possible by only these networking devices. So you can understand whatever we call the network, that is nothing but the connectivity between the devices. That's why we call it as the internetworking devices. So in the networking, several devices come. So today I start with the network interface card. What is actually network interface card? Everyone, whenever, what happens? When we purchase a computer, we have a motherboard, we install the operating system. Once we install the operating system, my system is able to configure the network. So if on the back side we can say there is a RJ45 port is there, which is present on the motherboard. This RJ45 connector indicating that my motherboard is capable of doing networking. This is my inbuilt network interface. So that means there is a network controller is over on my motherboard, and that controller is supporting the connectivity. So if sometimes we can add the external card also, network interface card. It is a card. It is a physical device we can purchase from the market, and we can insert this card either on the PCI slot or in the PCIe slot. Is it? On that card also we can connect our network. Fine, everyone. So that means you can say we can get this network interface card either inbuilt on motherboard, or we can purchase it separately and connect to the PCI or PCIe slot. This network interface card is responsible for the networking. Is it? It actually connects the PC to the network. And this network card is two types. You can get either wired and wireless. Now you tell me how you can identify it is a wired or wireless. In the network card, I'm showing the picture. In the network card, if you get a RJ45 port, 8-pin port, if you get this RJ45 port, so you must be sure it is a wired network card. We will insert a UTP cable over there, so my machine will get connected to the network. And if you get an antenna, 1 or 2 antennas, if you get, so be confirm your computer has connected with a wireless NIC card. That means RJ45 means wired network interface card, and if it is an antenna means that is a wireless interface card. But you need at least network interface card, whether it is inbuilt or you insert to the PCI or PCIe slot, or your computer is having a wireless network interface card. So this is the primary device which is responsible for connecting our devices to the network. Now, next I go to a repeater. Right now it is not in the market, my dear. What happens? This device came in early age. You can say at that time coaxial cable was in the market. And this device used for extending the network. And the name is saying repeater. What it is doing? It repeats the signal. What happened? Suppose in the network, not in the network, you remember one thing. This is physics actually. So when a current travels a long distance, the signal strength becomes 0. Now, I want my signal should be on full strength, because full strength means it is carrying the data. If the signal becoming 0 means data loss. So if we connect a repeater to the network, what will happen? When my signal is moving through the cable, what happens? With the signal, some noise or unwanted pickup is attached, what we call noise. What the repeater will do? Repeater will pick up the signal along with the noise, and it will remove all the noises. Am I clear? Noise will be rejected, removed. And then repeater will amplify this signal, and again it will start to retransmit the signal. Am I clear? So what the repeater actually regenerate or reshape the original signal. Am I clear? In the market, there are two types of repeater, that is analog repeater and digital repeater. And honestly speaking, there was a very big disadvantage in the repeater, that is it could not connect the dissimilar LAN segment. Understood? And second, it had 2 ports at that time. Right now it has, you can say, 1 input port, 2 output port, or 3 output, or 1 input, 4 output. But if you want to configure a large network and you want to connect several devices, these many ports are not enough. So right now repeater is not existing in the market. I'm showing you the repeater in packet tracer. You can see, you go to this icon. Here you can go to this hub and you can see this is the repeater. Have you seen, my dear? Suppose I'm connecting 2 devices with this repeater. You can check it out, okay? I'm connecting 2 devices with repeater. Okay, hello. I'm assigning IP. I want to check whether communication can take place or not. You can see the repeater. When you will go through this video, you also practice. So let me see. I will check the IP address of this device, that is IP config. We will see whether it can get connected with the 10.1.1 PC or not. Are you getting the reply? Hello? You are getting the reply. Is it clear, everyone? That means what the repeater is doing? Repeater is the LAN device. What it is doing? It is connecting the devices. But dear, you can see here is only 2 ports are there. I can connect 2 devices over here. That's why after repeater, there is a big brother of repeater came in the market. That is nothing but the hub. So in the next video, I will discuss about the hub. What was the pros and what was the cons in the hub, that I will discuss.